Okay, I've been feeling called to share my experience around Dallas and energy. I'm trying to think of the words that won't scare people away. But anyways, okay, so some miracles that showed up for me in my life and that challenged me to trust my truth and my knowing and my intuition were, I guess, one of them was right after everything had happened in 2017, the first thought that I had was, where did you go? Because I wasn't sold on the idea that you just die and go to heaven and that's it. And that has to do with my childhood and having certain experiences that I had. I would have dreams, like prophetic dreams. I would feel people in my room. I would sense people sitting down at the end of my bed. My closet doors would open and close at night. I would hear my name being said as I would drift off to sleep. I had a lot of experiences, and when people would die, I would like feel them like right here. This does not make me unique in any way. Everyone has the capability of experiencing this. Everyone, every single person. Some people just come in more aware of it. I was open to more than one possibility. And so I asked, where do you go? Where did he go? Where are you? And the first thing that popped up on Google was that within the first 24 hours, they will return to their most familiar places. And I was like, okay, I'll be looking for you. And I didn't sleep that night. I didn't sleep for a while after. And I also didn't eat. But I think that served me well. I think being in a fasted state opened me up and heightened my senses more. So, anyways, the first thing that had happened, we're like in communications with the church, whatever, getting ready to plan the funeral. And I'm doing laundry one day, and I have this memory that pops into my mind as I'm putting clothes in Taylor's closet. And Taylor and Dallas shared a closet. So I remembered how Dallas would go into the closet after I would put the clothes away and just like undo my doings. And it made me smile. Okay, so anyways, I had the memory. And then the next day, the clothes are like pulled onto the floor. So I went through the logical thought path and thought, oh, it was Taylor. Oh, it was the cat. But then after I confirmed it was neither of those things, I was like, oh, a happy little miracle just happened. So then it happened again the next day, and I was like convinced, oh my gosh, you're here. Hello, I love you. And this lit me up. It made me excited. So much so that I shared it with the pastor at the church, which I didn't realize was going to be a bad thing. And the pastor was like, okay, so if you need us to go to your house and pull clothes off the shelf so you can feel better, we can totally do that. And I was kind of like, oh, you're mean. Because his cognitive dissonance wouldn't let him open his mind to the possibility that like I'm having an actual real life experience that challenges your beliefs, just beliefs. Yeah, I didn't like take it too personal, but once he stopped showing up to our sessions, like he wouldn't meet with us again throughout the funeral planning process, and I thought that was odd. And then they were supposed to do like continued counseling afterwards, and he wouldn't go to any of those meetings either, because in his mind he's like, no, you're born a sinner, then you die, and if you accept Jesus into your life, you go to heaven. That's it. There's no in between. And I was just like, that story's like too... I didn't experience that. I haven't experienced that like ever in my life. Like when people die, like they're like in my face, not in a bad way, not in a scary way. It's just, I think there's more to the story. But anyways, so that was something that had happened, and things continued to happen. I was like, part of my extrasensory perceptions, part of the clairs, I'm feeling like, I'm getting tingling sensations. I'm getting really high-pitched ringing in my ears, like that's nonstop. And I would yawn and it would just like get louder. I'm feeling tingling at my crown. I'm sensing that I'm surrounded by a heavenly presence. I'm surrounded by people that are like, this is happening for a reason. This is happening for you, not to you. And you're okay. And he's okay. This is so you can wake up. This is so you can remember. And the electricity in my house was going bonkers. Like my oven stopped working. My garage door would randomly open and close. my washing machine stopped working. There's just like a whole bunch of lights would randomly turn off and on. But it wasn't scary. Like I wanted this. I invited this in. I'm like, show me you're here. Like show me. And that's how, like, when you're open and ready to receive, that's how. And it's not a scary thing. It's like, oh my God, there's a poltergeist. Like, it's like, okay, he's showing me with his abilities what he can do and how we can connect, and to confirm that, like, we're right here. One of the most saving grace moments that I had, and I'm so grateful that I was open to this, I go to the funeral home to pick up his ashes. And when I first walk in, I'm feeling pulled over to this room, and I'm like, it's just this like intense, like, come here. And I don't know how else to describe it, but I look over to that room and I see that it's a friend of the family who had recently passed. And it wasn't like, oh, that's so sad he's dead. It was like, hey, what's up? I'm over here. And I was like, oh my God, hi. And then when the woman comes and brings me his ashes, I'm like, she's devastated. But for me, he is like so loud in my head, like all I can see is his face, and he's laughing and he's smiling, like in my mind's eye. And the overall sense is like, I am not in there. I am not in there. That is not me. I am right here with you. And it filled me with so much joy that even though I'm like standing face to face with this woman in this moment that is just nothing but pure devastation, right? I'm filled with joy because he's like, no, that's not real. This is a play, okay? That's who I was pretending to be, okay? I'm right here with you. And so I'm having all of these types of experiences, and they're giving me so much peace and so much joy that I just want to share them with everyone. And I go to Amanda the Panda and I have this like printed sheet, like, okay, this is all the information that I found. These are the things that I'm experiencing, and it's giving me so much hope, and da-da-da-da-da. And like everyone's just like, because, you know, that's my experience, right? And you really do have to feel it to believe it, because it's, the space is dark and heavy, right? And all I want to do is share my hope so that people can like feel what I'm feeling, because I don't want anyone to feel the devastation of that space. But I don't know. The interesting thing that came out of it was everyone that was in that space, I don't know if anyone took one of my print-offs. I don't know. No one really reached out to me, but there was one woman who was there translating for a woman whose child had passed in a car accident. And she had actually lost a child many, many years before. And she had never gone to grief group. She had never done therapy or anything for it. And she pulls me aside and she's like, I have to talk to you. Like, let's get coffee. I'm like, absolutely, yeah. And so I invite her over to my house and we're hanging out, and she's like, this just happened for you. And I see you hold this light. And this happened for me years ago, and it's still like, it still gets me like every day. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you know, I don't know. I'm definitely being led here, because like I'll catch myself in the mirror and my face is like devastated. My human being is devastated. But because I feel like I had become so embodied by my soul that I'm so connected to both places that I'm not apart. And I'm just trying to like I remember everything, and I'm trying to get everyone else to remember everything too, because if you remembered everything, it wouldn't be so sad. It wouldn't be so devastating. It would just be like a play. And yeah, I don't know. So when you open yourself up to other possibilities, when you open your mind to different perspectives, you allow yourself to experience miracles. And things don't have to be so black and white. Things can be multicolored, technicolored, rainbow colored, whatever, and magical and amazing. And we just have to go back into our minds and be like, all right, like, let's see things from a new perspective, right? That's a part of my experience with waking up to my senses and allowing my intuition to guide me through this journey of losing a child, transitioning a child, whatever. And there's so much more that goes into that. Like, it wasn't like okay, because I'm awake, I'm super happy. Like, you're still in between two worlds, right? But the dominant was like soul-centered, connected to all that is, connected to where you are and where I am, and bridging that gap on a soul level. So I don't know. I'm grateful that I've had that experience, and I hope that if I share that experience, it can help someone else that might be walking through a dark time in their life, whether it's similar or whether it's just, man, my world is crumbling around me and I don't know what to do. It's like, just go inward and listen to your voice, listen to your soul, and learn to trust that more, because the outer world is designed to fail you, so that you have to go within. But yeah, I love you.